Friday night. Welcome to THL. Welcome to Friday Night Fights. I am your op the evening, Zaku. I am joined by a good friend of mine, Marvel Snap aficionado, Gordon. How you doing tonight, sir?
Hey, hey, how's it going? Glad to be back. It's gonna be a fantastic night. I have taken the season off, and with Dankus Dad switching for the Saturdays, I figured, you know what? Why not give it one last hurrah? And yeah, we're back at it, and I couldn't ask for a better co-host.
Hey. So, welcome to Nova Scotia, everybody.
Yeah, yeah. If you haven't seen one of these in a while, you're in for a treat. There might be some words you don't understand. If not, we'll link an encyclopedia later on.
Yeah. 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 So, we'll see how many cupboard doors get slammed in this particular session, but
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
help everybody along. So,
try to
um,
keep it at a dull roar.
so tonight the lineup's going to be 8 o'clock, which is right now. We already got bands in for the first match, so it's Eternal representing ET Cthulhu versus the Clowns there for and Canoes representing those Clowns Donors. Jeez, I had to finish that sentence. The next up is going to be a what I'm being told is an interesting deck. Both players for Gimme Lamp, who is representing the Legacy F2L White, who have kind of officially been knocked into the next round. So congrats to them. Then we have Tab, first time that they're being on stream. Um, they were they've blanked out now. Yay! But so Tab is representing S23 format, best of five with one ban competitors, or S23 for short. So the final match for the evening is going to be another tab match, this time in Hero, in the purple slash well playoffs now, so it doesn't matter. So tab is representing late bloomers versus Yellow Dart and Dad Legend. Lots of matches tonight. We could potentially have a fourth, depending on how fast these games go.
Yeah, if
Um,
I already agreed if they play fast enough and we get through it, I think Yellow Dart might be coming back and
so
playing uh the
yeah,
Legacy, is it not? But we'll
no,
see that for later, possibly. We're not going to promise anything. It's all up to the players and how we go. Don't expect
exactly.
any control matchups, but you never know with
Yep.
what's going on. But yeah, let's just dive into this first match real fast. Just looking up, we've got Eternal for ET Cthulhu, as you said. Canoe bringing it in for the Cloudstoneers. Battle of the 5 seed. Um, and Eternal has their shaman band with Canoe Death Knight is banned. So very interesting.
Yeah. So the assumption we had in our little green there is that it's going to be pretty fast decks. So
Yeah,
Triangle
I
type decks.
can't imagine seeing too much. You got Paladin on the side of Canoe. I can't imagine seeing a control with leaving Mage up, especially if we just go, big spell Mage and even a Phylactery or just like a Curse Lock. Both decks control Paladin does not like to see. So, but I could be wrong. It is Legacy, so the deck just has to win once, and control Paladin does do very well into Shaman as well. So we'll just have to see what the competitors bring. Death Knight on the side of Canoe we were just speaking about too is kind of an asterisk because probably one of the most brought decks of all season, and now probably one of the least most brought decks of all. Still has a little bit of agency with the old build, but I definitely think Relic is more than likely a nod here. But it can kind of just go either way.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So both players are ready to rumble, so I just let them go. For our viewers, are going to have Canoe as the first spectator at bottom of the screen with Eternal. Um, loves being on Friday night fights most of the time. At the top of the screen.
Yes, trying to
Shows
trying to brand it as the Eternal
the
Friday Night
Eternal Night
Fights.
Fights. Yeah, Eternal Night Fights. That's what I'm thinking about
Eternal
calling it.
is actually teammate of mine in Hero. So try not to show any bias as much as I possibly can. But
Shall see. So
we're gonna see. We're gonna bring it out here. So it does look like that pure paladin coming out for Canoe and a Frost Death Knight coming out for Eternal. I mean, pretty standard across the board. You know what I mean? Oh, wait a minute. That is maybe Dragon Flight of the. Oh, okay, yeah. It could be a
so
Dragon
it is a
Paladin here for
control.
Canoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, might not be that heavy control as you see with like the top high end, but Flight of the Bronze, Equality, you know, it's not too bad.
It churns. So just trying to double check some of the stats that VS may kick out here. So let's call it Paladin for now.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting because if Eternal's got quite a bit in hand, but not a lot of agency to go behind this. Um, Canoe's really probably just digging for Cariel, trying to get to the point where can't get absolutely burst down by the um, strength of the Death Knight. And holy, spammy Arcanist, that is a spicy pickup.
Just updating the next match that's starting.
So just a handful of stuff, and Eternal still just kind of playing it slow, biding time. Chill Fallen Baron is coming down just again, um, slowly getting the resources together. I would say, I mean, a Bronze Warden is probably um, pretty decent here. It's just very thick, 4/4
Yep.
lifesteal. Don't really love Time Warden because you're not playing anything behind it. So, but we're going for it.
Anyway, okay. Ooh, big
Wow,
snap pick of
Fairy
that.
Dragon was. I did not even have a chance. I think there might have been a Sleepy Dragon in there at some point.
there was,
Um,
yeah. I
so
think
until the end of your
his
next turn. So, I mean, to be completely honest with you, this Fairy Dragon is going to be
a headache.
damn near unkillable.
Yep.
It's gonna not be targetable. It's also gonna get Divine Shield, but it will have Taunt. So I mean, if something does stick for Eternal, just an easy trade. But none of these are gonna point actually at the Fairy Dragon. Frostburn pickup there. It should be a pretty decent clear. I expect the Horn of the Blast to come out. This is just gonna straight full clear. Actually, can just go with the icy.
Icy
Let's
to
go
the
icy.
face. Okay, Howling Blast it is.
Interesting. I'm gonna go for the full clear.
Okay.
Huh. Fair enough. I mean, definitely dealt with the board.
Yep.
And it puts Canoe in a position where he has to respond. Amber Whelp's a nice pickup just to deal with some of this um, early game
Takes.
nonsense here.
I was gonna say it takes care of the 2/3 if he decides to go that way. The original
Yeah,
plan obviously was Explorer and then drag Fairy Dragon to kind of take advantage of the aforementioned uh the what the hell am I trying to think of, the Halo. God, I can't even think of the word now. I'm all muddled. What is it? The Divine Shield. Jesus. I got there. I got there
we
eventually.
got there. I let you dig it out. I let you dig it out.
Thanks,
So
Owen.
yeah, that is the Fairy Dragon coming down, and even a Bronze Explorer. I mean, the board is fairly strong here for Canoe. You can't target that one as Eternal is now realizing that the master plan of Canoe is coming through.
Anybody?
Obliterate.
Unholy Frenzy is interesting, but cast Obliterate, so just gonna say goodbye to this 4/4. Actually, interesting was Unholy Frenzy would have actually resummoned both the Frostborn and the Naga, the school teacher.
Okay.
So it isn't interesting because the way that it's very similar to how um the hunter card that everyone played in Shock Spitter. It is eluding me. Um but it's order of play. So the Frost Baron would have attacked first, popped the
Oh,
Divine
right.
Shield, and then your Naga, your school teacher actually would have ran into the 4/4. Yes, your opponent
Howling,
heals.
howling something. Yeah.
It heals, a little bit. It heals 8, I believe it would have been, but you also maintain a board, but this does the exact same thing without the healing, so all's fair in
In
Hearthstone.
Hearthstone. Yeah.
Spammy does clear here, however, you are giving up this, very nice, not killable 3/2, but you have to assume that it's just going to die on the backswing of anything here.
Here comes good.
Yeah, it's just really good. I mean, Eternal's not going to have any more healing, and the more the Canoe can just kind of chip away and make a decently sized board,
Yeah.
then we're not too worried about what's going to happen. I mean, this is another 3 that's going to hit to the face, and slowly but surely. Oh, and the Rubrian Brazier is a great pickup. Maybe finds no, nothing home. Ooh, not the crest cards.
No.
Possibly just defrost for free. It is free. Draw 2 for free. Seems good.
There's another free card.
Yes, yeah. I mean, next turn is pretty strong. Coming
Yep.
for Eternal. Oh, Canoe. Is there a dragon that doesn't really end it? I mean, if we can find an Alex over the top here, I think, because the freezes are coming up, so Canoe's not gonna push it through when it comes to the board, right? There's the Alex.
Oh,
Oh
buddy.
man.
Called
I
it.
forgot the power that having being a caster gives you. I need to stop calling cards. But I mean, it's got to be the Alex.
It has to be. Yeah. We'll
The-
see.
It,
We'll
it
see what
goes,
Canoe
you go
does.
face here, and you legitimately set him to exactly Alex in 2 turns. You just need to stall out and not die.
And
Wow.
stalling.
I mean, I if I'm Eternal, it's just gonna be like I see
We gotta
nothing.
go.
It's just
Yeah.
Frostworm Fury here. But I mean, we even have the Arcanist for Canoe to just clean anything and everything up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Making a
Eternal.
good choice
It's
there.
just so careful with the health total. I mean, you are dead on board. You have to. Yeah, okay. He was edging around, looking at some other stuff, icy touch and whatnot. Now this does, technically represent a lethal on the other side. Eternal does have quite a bit of burst damage from hand,
Yep.
but there is the spammy with equality is going to be enough to clear. However, is there 2, 3? I don't think there's a lethal on
No,
side.
there isn't.
No, I can count 8 maximum right now. Oh yeah. Wow, this Alex is crazy.
Like,
It's gonna put it away.
yeah.
But it's a good read by Canoe, right? Just knowing that over the top damage is going to be needed, and Bronze Explorer finding Alex Straza the Life Bender, and unfortunately for Eternal, gonna bend life against him.
Got to 8.
It's an even matchup, and all of a sudden, it is not.
And the cycle of life is reborn anew.
Little edge there. Good work by Canoe to get fast. The turn 7 comes before you start getting center.
Yeah, and I mean it is good. Canoe is looking to even the score up here. Before I don't think we even mentioned Chewy actually took down Neji Boston earlier
Yes.
this week. Et Cthulhu is up 4-1 on the I guess probably what I would say is everybody's favorites in Legacy at the moment. So with the upset of S23 already happening with F2L being catapulted into the next round, you gotta have to, if you're Clownstowners, you have to think, oh wow, this could actually happen. So it's great Canoe gets off to that first win there, gets it under the belt, and hopefully can kind of ride it through. But Eternal, don't count Eternal out. Definitely going to be able to put together some good decks. Riding a good score in Hero right now. Legacy, obviously, it's tough in the 5 seed for Legacy. EDC Canoe is, a 200 PR 5 seed, but I think Eternal can definitely bring it out and make the rest of the series a really good one.
So, went out with shenanigans there for Canoe.
Shaman does shenanigans. Shaman can also just evolve Null into a Null. So, I mean,
I've done that a lot this season.
oh,
It was
just so much. Oh.
Perfect for me.
All right. So, Sea Giants list, it looks like for Canoe, not running the Nepulon higher end.
Yep.
This is a lot better of a start for Eternal. Getting the Slither Spear down and also having a bit of agency with Coin into Nerubian. It's going to start whacking away.
Playing whack a Slither Spear.
Oh.
Chip it down. Strike.
Yeah.
Kind of pick.
So Rhyme Sculptor has quite literally won me matches. However, the Ymirja Frostbreaker is gonna. Yeah, Frost is okay, but Canoe's not planning to play anything, right? I mean, if Tiny Toys comes down, it's almost immediately being followed by Convincing Disguise.
Kind of a low roll on the far site there.
It could be. I mean, this does mean that a top deck Null is playable with the Muck Pools.
Yep.
Typically, you would need Coin to do that, but this is going to be fine. Not respecting the fact that myself, I probably would have coined out the Death Whisperer there. Just make it as difficult as possible for Canoe to do the Null turn. Especially, they want to trade that Null and then evolve it. So this is going to kind of get free. Canoe more than likely going to try and build up a board for this Sea Giant to come down on.
Lady Death Whisperer.
The beautiful. I'm not too big on the signature cards, but that one definitely looks very nice. And there it is. So this is what I was talking about. This would have, if gone a turn earlier. Oh. Ouch.
It's a high roll it.
Yeah, I mean, and we did just use a Howling Blast to buy us any turn, a bit aggressively. And now Bloodlust is in hand.
So if there's double spells, how many 6 they actually have? Because that ugly. Those frost spells.
Only frost spells, yeah. So Winter and Chilling Advance. Okay, Overseer Phrygia, as bad as that looks, actually clears this board and saves us from a Bloodlust death. But I mean, it's kind of a race to the finish at this point.
Yep.
Convincing Disguise is now fully, disguised. Oh, we got the Icy Touch off of the draw. No. Okay, yeah, okay. Whew. I'm gonna say this is game changing. Oh, there's the Tiny Toys. I think it's too late.
Depends on if a taunt. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, right.
It's exact. Yeah, Glacier is exact lethal, and I mean, Canoe one turn too late on the Null high roll and Glacier advance. That does 4 to their face.
Let's see if Eternal
I know, you know, double checking, triple checking, quadruple checking, but that 4 does go face, and Eternal does even up the series.
DK is winner.
DK through, yeah. I mean, DK is, man, like, for a class that got released and really was almost unplayable, I am really happy to see 3 legitimate decks that, you know, can be brought um, in the THL right now. You got Frost,
Yes.
Unholy obviously is the biggest winner of late, getting a lot of really good buffs, and with the nerfs that happened. But even Blood is just really good into both of those decks as well. So it is interesting how they all kind of enact with or react to each other. Excuse me.
Streaming is over.
But that is Death Knight gone. It is going to be, well, there are some relics of Phantasm, so it is going to be the Relic
DK.
DH for Canoe and just a straight up aggro mage. I mean, that is a very nice start for Eternal. I mean, now hear me out. I don't know how much aggro mage you play, Saku.
I
Personally, I played a lot of it last month and it got me to Legend.
Yep.
But when I didn't draw Agwin, I was miserable. Is there ever a world that Eternal keeps this in his opening hand?
I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
just
it even throws the Trogs away.
the
What?
Trog is interesting, especially against DH right now.
Going second, so it does get super punished by
Yeah.
Fell Barrage, and you don't know what DK this is.
Right.
Extinction also just kind of deals with it, so it is fine. And Shimmering,
Okay. Two right.
Tusks won't stop
Probably would have.
shattering.
I don't know if I would have coined out for that, eh?
no, this is
Versus
a
a day
pretty.
discount. Yeah.
This is a really nice curve. We're actually gonna go. You know, there's 1. We've got a 2 with the prismatic. We can go 3 on Arc Spitter, and then even coin a Deathborn if there's something. You know, if we see phantasms or something like that down.
Right.
I think it's a pretty clean few turns here for Eternal. We're just gonna play some Curve Stone at the moment.
Yeah.
Um,
I was just kind of thinking if they did have like a frozen touch in their hand, they probably lean that way to kind of
yeah.
up a little. Didn't happen.
So Cold Tooth Capture Mine just draws another Deathborn, or I guess a 1-drop. Oh wow, unnerfed.
Oh. Okay.
Oh man, this is gonna get out of hand quickly.
Canoe is just.
Unnerfing cards.
Yep.
All right. Frostweaver is super nice here as well. I mean, if that Frostweaver does pull the other Deathborn, then the Cold Tooth Capture Mine does just pick up Agwin.
The wails of these
Yeah,
elements.
I think this is
Go.
really good. It does not, but it does pick up the next Frozen Touch,
I like
and
that. Extinction.
probably not. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can use the Extinction for sure, but Feldora Warband does clear quite a bit more. However, if you just unleash fell and do the extinction, I believe that's just the exact same clear. Yeah,
See it.
yeah. If he just unleashes fell with the extinction, don't press the button, it will put up your relics. Oh.
Every time we say relic, I keep on thinking Ichigo.
Wow, going for
Dating
just.
myself. Yeah.
I don't know if it would have won with the Relic of Extinction Unleash Fell. I guess the Unleash Fell is like just unbelievably good when you do pair it with any spell damage. However, I don't really know what we're carrying for spell damage, if anything at all. Obviously, the Soul Eater Scythe did eat something. I guess it does have the Arcanist in it, so that's really what we're looking for to pair it with the Unleash Fell with these Frozen Touches just constantly barraging down. Um, yeah, so here we go.
And Fortunes.
Not.
Okay, that's good.
Those are pretty
That's okay.
nice. That's not so good. And okay, so I mean, there's a quite a bit of damage. Um, sitting with Canoe right now. If he can find, but not running the Okay.
Low cost cards that can eject out of his hand. Probably see Kurt.
Yeah, Kurt, I would say is almost guaranteed. Especially it's interesting with Kurt because I mean the freezing isn't going to happen now, but you know,
Yeah,
changing your hero card does unfreeze your hero.
that's right.
Just a
That's right.
little
I forgot all about that.
fancy thing.
Little,
But you know, this would have been a great Deathborn, but this Unleash Fell is going to more than anything. Oh, we're not going to go for it. Okay. What do I know?
I don't like your idea, Corridon.
I know. Clearing the board? How dare I?
It's probably still coming, to be honest with you. Let's see.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it is because why would we play a Mark over the Unleashed Fell when we could have played the Mark and then actually killed off not the 1/1? It doesn't feel like it to me, especially with Kurtra sitting in hand now. I think that's just might just be Feldori or just you know even just start swinging some soul sights at the face.
Yeah.
This does put 14, 15.
13.
Wow.
13 to the face is pretty scary. It's some 4 demons there for Kurt.
So yeah, I mean this is probably a Deathborn. Full tooth capture. This is always Egwin if he goes higher.
Go.
Now, do you Deathborn your own board? I mean, I'm taking it.
You already froze, so I think that's the intent.
Yeah, Eternal thinks it's pretty safe here. Now, um, Kurt is going to be able to come down with an Unleash Fell behind it if Canoe chooses to go that route.
Chasms.
Um, definitely Kurt, so I don't think there is anything lethal wise this way. And we can pretty much full clear with the rushes, the Fell Barrage, and the Unleash Fell. It's just really this healing is you don't want to give up this healing if you're Canoe. You are going to be able to heal. It's going to be 5 here, but it doesn't seem fun to me.
And you're risking hitting the skeleton.
Well, the skeletons are they're gonna die no matter what. Like they're gonna live. Oh, Feldori, maybe gonna make hopefully hit a 1/1 here. Take these trades and hit some 1/1s. There's one.
Absorb.
Yeah.
Base. Okay. Easy poke.
Well, the good thing about this is that Eternal's at 3. There's no
Right.
healing coming out for Eternal. This Mark of Scorn is, I mean, always going face, especially when you can just pair it with Unleash and Extinction on the other side.
Yeah. Plus you get an automatic
Um,
two for the if the minion lives, which is not gonna happen.
yeah, I mean, just gonna freeze and you know hope things aren't gonna go face, but uh,
There's no way for
just
him to freeze. I didn't look at.
uh, he can't. He could
Snow
have.
flurry.
There is no flurry, but we just know from the spell hand. I mean, this is Eternal doing what he needs to do, throwing everything possible at face, freezing, giving himself as much agency as humanly possible right now. Um, but then this relic is just going to clear up, and then the Marcus Scorn will go over top.
Dead off the board, so Marcus Scorn and just no. Do
Ooh,
his thing.
even Even had the Warglaves, just in case.
Okay. So 2 for Canoe, 1 for Eternal. Canoe down
Yeah,
to
it's
their
just the Shaman for Canoe.
shenanigans. Yep.
And Mage and Warlock is going to be what's remaining for Eternal. So Shaman looking pretty okay here. If the Mage gets onto it, it's whatever this. You know what I mean? The game's going to be made or break by the Shaman. I hate to say that, but
Yep.
truly and honestly, if you just get Muck Pool's Gnome schooling and you don't evolve into a Gnome, there's not many decks that are going to beat it. Now, Mage is one of those decks that can do it. It does have constant freezes. It does have um, ways to go over the top. This is not the start Canoe is going to need to kind of snowball out of control, especially with that Bloodlust picked up in hand. And
Yeah. It's kind of like my luck through Hearthstone's Mulligan. Never get a pool.
oh
Never get a.
wow, it's a very nice pickup right there
It
for
is.
Eternal.
Yep.
Way better than Suspicious. Ooh
Okay.
man, these are
Super
not
juicy.
it.
Not they're not the cards we're looking for.
A smidge of this, a pinch of that.
Polymorph is nice.
Polymorph is
Sure.
wicked. Wow. Okay. Um, I mean,
That's just
Canoe knows what it's gonna be.
easy
Yeah.
clap.
Yes,
Yep.
that's the
He,
one.
you can't play. Oh my god, a second convincing this guy is just. It's just the fizzle. It is not looking hot. Cold Case is almost an immediate here, and then, uh, if I'm Canoe, I'm playing Wild Paw Cavern. It is smart for Eternal to keep trading these totems off as well. He does know that Canoe is playing the Sea Giant version of this, as he saw one last game.
Yep.
So it is, if he's gonna think about his turns, don't play minions if you don't need to. Because really, the only way that Canoe can get back into this is obviously more minions, and we're playing more minions. Okay.
Trog is doing.
I mean, Trog's gonna flood you.
Yep.
Primordial is very nice, especially with these skeletons down. That is just gonna be Muck Pool. What do we get? 12-12 is a 12-12.
Yep.
Already seen at least one flurry gone.
You're
You're a turn away from
mana.
your polymorph.
Yep.
And I mean, if I'm Canoe, this is almost. This is just going to be an instant primordial wave.
Do you hit face or you go primordial first?
You chuck these all to the face. Now Canoe knows there's a mass polymorph in hand. He knows there's still a coin for Eternal. It's gonna come back. Does he, think, am I gonna use the Sea Giant in this situation? I don't think it's necessary, specifically because. But however, you got to remember, if we primordial wave here as well, there's probably a Deathborn on the other side that's then gonna kill probably a bunch of, 1 health minions. So do you deny the Deathborn or do you walk into a bigger mass polymorph? Was there ever a lethal here with Bloodlust?
No, I was just checking that out just now. So it's still like
18
15.
plus
Yeah.
9. 18, it's 27. It was
was
close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was extremely close.
Go.
Ooh. Actually,
That
wow.
is pretty dirty.
That is, yeah. We take life steals and
That is pretty dirty. So
yeah, I mean, it's gonna be coin polymorph. It has to be, and then Bloodlust kills you.
yeah. But Do you have oak?
That bloodlust. Bloodlust. Even if you trade off here, you're gonna
Yeah,
have
yeah.
5, and then it's 15.
Yeah.
It's 1 over. It's just barely. Okay, well, you know
Chisel.
what?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Chisel will get us there if it didn't, but yeah. Death by sheep.
all right.
Well,
Canoe takes it.
yeah, even up the score for the Clown Stoners, taking a 3-1 victory over Eternal. That is going to be a tied game, a tied match score going forward now. So congratulations to Canoe.
Yep.
Even without the null shenanigans, still finally got the Shaman over the barrier.
Just gonna see if I can get in here. Time. Had to apologize to Canoe. I forgot to switch them over because of the cam, but we'll get them on cam here. Sec. Let's see. Okay. Canoe is on. A little bit of eternal.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Canoe, how are you?
Good. How about you?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. I must apologize. I got you on player cams, but then I forgot to adjust the player cams. But I got you on now for the interview, which is most important, right? So
Yeah, of
say
course.
wave to all the THLers out there. Canoe, THLers, Canoe. See?
Hello there.
Congrats on the win tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, really well played. Being able to tie it up for your team there. Walk me through. I mean, I know Paladin's in an interesting spot right now. What kind of leans you towards the Dragon build, if anything? I mean, pure Paladin, so solid. Control Paladin didn't really look great into what you had, what Eternal had brought. So kind of understood there. But what led you towards Dragon?
I think we had a little bit of a read on more of the like aggressive side of things coming from Eternal. And as Max says, Divine Shield Lifesteal Taunt minions are really good against aggro. So I I picked it up. Yeah, that 3/4 is crazy fun. So and yeah, there was Kazakis in that deck that didn't get to see play, but is very fun. So I don't know. I think it's all around just pure paladin is consistent. It's accurate, but dragon paladin with discover effects gives you a little bit more flexibility. So
Yeah, that's what I mean. Kazak is of, terrorizer of metas of yonder year,
yeah.
still trying to find his way back into maybe coming in soon. Maybe Kazakus returns to Nakfaramis. Who knows? But probably not.
We
But
can
yeah, I
hope.
mean, there was times there where you I think there was a Sleepy Dragon pick. We didn't even have a chance to look at the Bronze Warden, and you almost instantly snap picked Fairy Dragon simply because,
Oh yeah.
untargetable Divine Shield taunt is probably one of the stickiest minions you can see.
Yep. And I needed a 2-drop to fill that curve. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was perfect.
And now, what did you think when Suspicious comes down? You almost always know, okay, this has got to be the Mass Poly, and then the Mass Poly actually, I wouldn't say won you the game, but Death by Sheep is always an interesting way to win a Shaman game.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out where I wanted to put trades in on that last turn. And if he's playing Mass Poly, he's leaving a full board open for me, or minus the Kelp Keeper. So yeah, no, great pick against Evolved Shaman, but ended up being just had the one card that punished it. So
Yeah, no, it was very well done. I think there was a choice there as well. I think if you had gone for um I can't even remember. There was another line that left him a Deathborn line out, which I think would have played around you knowing he had mass poly if you like held back on your Sea Giant. But I think he
Yeah.
definitely did a lot nicer, and got rewarded with being able to trade off a little bit more and not really give a super nice
Yeah.
Deathborn across the way.
I was at that perfect health total where, I can afford to just go face and hope he mass polys and, not really have to worry about it. So
Yeah, that's always a great spot. Especially Shaman is such a, if you don't, when you actually have to play Shaman, it feels a bit weird, if you know what I mean. When you don't get that null high roll, it's a deck that you definitely have to fight your way through and find other agencies and other ways to win it. But I think you piloted it fantastically and tied up the series for your team when it couldn't matter more.
yeah,
Now it says 4-4, but it's basically 0-0. What do you think you got? Your chances are, I believe you were the top contenders. We have seen, just 2 points away from you. S23 was taken down by F2L. How are you liking your chances? Do you think ET can do the same, or is Clown Stunner's going to take it all?
I think Clown Stars is going to take it. I mean, you got to believe in your team, but
Oh yeah,
no, great
I
group of
knew the
guys.
answer, but I had to ask the question, right?
Of course, for the viewers, for the viewers.
For the content, yes.
I don't know if anyone's ever said, you know what? Yeah, I think that other team's got our ticket. I really think we're not gonna make it. We're just not. The other people, Kotamora, Rice, Molstar, who are
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. I just,
No,
question asked, but yeah, fantastic play tonight for sure.
yeah. Thank you for having me.
Got it. Thanks, Canoe.
Peace.
All right. Ends match one.
Match one is done, but we still
Match
have some legacy action.
we do. We do. I just got to switch over to match two. So we already have the bands in for this group. Just to update our fellow uh, viewers out there, we are looking at F2L White, who is currently 12 points. Um, and S23 format best of five with one band competitors are at 8 points. Now we're down to game or match five within the series with Tab versus Gimme Lamp. Mages are banned, if I didn't mention that already. So if I didn't
Yeah,
mention mages were banned, then the mages are banned.
mages are banned. Um, as Soccer was mentioning the score there, and we've been saying kind of all night, it is nice that Turtle might have taken the sweep over Dawn. However, it does not matter, even if Tab is able to sweep over Gimme Lamp. The tiebreakers does go to F2L White because they have won 3 matches. They will have the extra points, and that's just how tiebreakers work in the playoffs. So it is going to be interesting to see. They could have made a game out of it. 1 point, all points matter. APM, team of old, team of still kicking around there, but it does go to show that every single game does count towards anything. But I think you were saying there might be a little bit of memery possibly happening here,
There's
Saku.
been a player agreement that because of the situation between the two teams is just to go out, have fun, and throw some decks together. So I think there's been some cards wired, but we can talk to the winner after this match and figure out what's the actual terms and conditions to play this game. So
Yeah, you could always take and shout out to both players. You could
exactly.
always take the no contest and walk it through that way, but um, you know, definitely have to say thanks to both these players for still putting it on and giving us a little bit more content. I know Tab's playing immediately after this game as well, so use it as a warm up match possibly for a hero match later on and I guess we'll say congrats to F2L and the Rebobson squad over there for punching their ticket.
Yeah. So just got the players the go ahead to go start their match. So we'll what happens here. It's hard to predict which one is going to come out with what. Um,
Yeah,
say
especially if we kind of have the mindset of there's memery afoot.
yeah, there There's some memes in this house.
Yeah, I'm not even going to
There we go.
try and speculate on who brings what and what's what, but we're going to see a Death Knight mirror.
Yeah. So
I'm
Gimme Lamp
going
is
rain. I'm
good.
going Rainbow Death Knight.
Yeah, I'm going Rainbow as well. So Gimme Lamp is gonna be at the bottom first to spectate for our caster, and Tab's gonna be at the top.
All right, so this start for Tab does not look memey to me. This is looking quite unholy, if I were to say so. On Gimme Lamp's side, it does look as if this is a Blood Death Knight. So I mean, if we can find the cards, probably going to be okay. Okay, yeah, 3 blood across the board. That is that tells you what it's going to be. Wow, Tab really just brought Unholy. They're better. There must be a specific class of memery in here or something like that. That's what we're gonna go with. I mean,
Yes.
you're gonna play School Teacher next turn, so Frostworm is just okay. Um, it's just more damage and makes a thing, whereas Howling Blast does not. Ponders is, yeah, definitely pondering. Does take the Frostworm's Fury, does curve out very nicely onto turn 5. There is the Blood Boil. I mean, that's a pretty no-brainer to me. School Teacher gonna come flying out of hand here, I would expect. What do we got for Discovers? Not amazing. Plague Strike, Frost Strike. Probably just take the Frost Strike. Maybe find another Frost Rune card to do something. I don't think Plague's really gonna be that much
Fixed
in
Plague
this.
anyway? I think.
Nope, took the
Oh,
Frost Strike.
Okay, that's good.
There is the Vampiric
Blood.
Blood. Just gonna gain a quick. Just gonna gain 10 health real quick. Just draw a card. Nobody panic.
Yep. Hold on.
I mean, if this doesn't telegraph what Gimme Lamp's trying to do,
Do you think there's a Blood Boil?
there might be a Blood Boil.
Maybe.
There might be a Blood Boil in hand. I'm just. And I mean, Tab sees that trade and says, "Why did he trade there?" He says, "Oh, there's probably a Blood Boil, right?" Um, you can't really. I mean, you can easily Hawk Strider into like just dump the Noggling and the Trog because it's just there, or you can just go for a full empty board.
Put more stats on the board.
Yeah, I mean, Gimme Lamp's at 11. That is a Reno, my man Jackson. Okay, this is memery. Let's go, Lamp. I like it. I'm into it. This is fantastic. All right. Game changes.
That's right. Reno kind of gonna come to visit if life total gets low.
Yeah, that is some high quality H2O right there, if I do say so myself.
They need our care. Now more than ever.
Okay.
Pick me! Pick me!
Yeah, no, smarter tab here. Just gonna trade off a little bit of less healing. Going back to Lamp on their side there. I mean, another Frost Fury is just another 5/5 for 5 to the face. Yeah, I mean, we were hyped about the Reno, but there's on the other flip side of things, this almost looks like you have to Reno here.
Yeah, I don't think you have a choice.
I mean,
you're dead.
no, yeah, you are. If you don't, you're just dead. I mean, you can go for the Muncher. Muncher would trade into the Noggling and then just kind of sit there as a big guy and heal once more.
Come on now. You know
But
the law of Hearthstone averages means that no Muncher will hit the 7/3 and then it's done.
I mean, on the flip side, still, if Tab has, well, Muncher has to hit the lowest health minion.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
So
Just saying.
yeah. I mean, if you go Reno, we've played one, so you go to 40, and then would you even die to a Grave Strength? 15 and
Muncher
15
it
is
is.
30. It is the Muncher. Oh, wait, that goes off. Oh, okay, that's interesting. The Blood Boil went off before. I didn't know. I guess it is card late at the end of your turn and then at the end of your turn. So I guess
Okay.
Blood Boil did pop off first. That's an interesting one. I did not know that.
So
See, you learn something new every night.
See, I told you. Just
You did tell me. You did say that.
I did. Wasn't really truly accurate that I knew that was going to happen, but still.
Don't ever let them know, Saku. Never let them know. All right, here's the Reno. This is a very, very nice stabilization. I mean, this is kind of the Reno Day of old. You get them so close to dead, and then Reno comes down. More than likely going to see a Soul Stealer come flying at a hand for Lamp, and then Tab's just, unfortunately, going to be out of gas. Oh, Anti-Magic is hilariously good, but it does die to Soul Stealer. Immediately gets just blasted by Soul Stealer.
Matter. Just go face.
No way he's...
Go face.
There's no... Yeah. The only... So, I mean, if Tab was kind of seeing what turn it was, you're not obviously going to know that the Soul Stealer is coming down.
Yeah.
It was a kind of fancy way because these are all going to leave 1/1s on the board.
Yep.
You could have actually held the Nagaling. But yeah, this is just immediately going to be slammed. Leaves us only with 4. Jeez, there was a lot of Hawk Riders there. Wait. 12 and no, 16. It's not. Wait, 16.
See?
It's 2. It's 2 shy. Wow. Grave Strength
Holy.
just slightly. Just slightly. Oh man.
Oh.
All right, so that is. Can we clear?
Clear.
Alistair, you click a button. Yeah, you trade there, you go there, and then you pray. Not dead?
Wow.
Copium? Never dead. One off again with the hero power. Gimme Lamp is just holding on for dear life. I mean, I mean, there is an a corrupted Ashbringer in hand that can definitely help sway.
Second Reno, I'm saying.
Second Reno, if only. You know what? I wouldn't put it past it to be a, there could have been like a Zola, some Zola specialty in there.
Look at this.
Set to 1. Oh, Death Strike! Oh, that's so much healing! Oh, that's insane amount of healing. Oh, wow. This is just... Goes to 0. Put back to 5! Lovely.
You punch the 1-2? No. 2-3.
No, you need the board because you need to be able to trade off. This is going to create a weird...
Oh, God.
That's it.
Doesn't have enough. Is it enough?
That's it. Yeah. That's exact. It's exact because of the truck. Wow. What a roller coaster of emotions.
Oh, dude, that is hilarious. Good win by Tab.
Yeah, definitely hung in there. I would have been absolutely mauling when I saw the Reno, but I mean, fought through so much health, and top decks be damned. Grave comes through tight. I mean, the only other thing, I don't even think there's another way to do that properly.
Alright. So...
You trade the Trog and it doesn't give you the 3rd minion to attack, but I don't think that's ever right.
What shall I play?
Alright, what do we got? Chaos Nova. Reno.
It's a Reno.
Do you think I'm just gonna go on a limb here and say that there might have been, now, I mean, Tab that Death Knight did not have a Reno in it because we saw two multiple copies. But I think Reno might be a position card in these decks.
Yeah. I saw Super Chicken just put something on there, say be on the lookout for tabs DH. So it is
All
something.
right.
So
Well, this is a DH and it is tab, so we're gonna have to take a peek at it. This is a high end, yeah. So these are. Remember when I said earlier, Saku, that they might not be control matchups?
well,
Because I remember. Good thing we're ahead of schedule.
yeah.
It is a good thing that the first match played lightning quick because these look like they're going to be grinders.
Yeah, this one in particular. Superimposing
That is a
barrel
1/1.
on the board. Yep.
That is a 1/1. I
Double
mean,
bicep
yeah.
flex right in the middle of the board.
Look at him wielding that hammer.
Yeah.
It's unwieldy. It's just he is a man on a mission.
He is top heavy.
All right. We got proactive. I'm taking a minion. Ooh, dimensions. Gonna check. Sees it's not a minion. Or it is a minion, sorry, not a spell. Can clear.
Metamorphosis is not a minion.
It is not a minion. Metamorphosis is, in fact, not a minion. Yeah, I mean, we just chill, right? No
Yeah.
need to shoot. No need to shoot. No need to do anything crazy.
I didn't even notice that the Blizzard had basically changed how Metamorphosis hero.
Yeah.
Sparkly.
I think when they nerfed Metamorphosis, I don't know if they changed it around that, because Metamorphosis used to deal 5, Saku.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
People hated it. So.
They did hate it, and they changed it. And honestly, I feel like it could go back to 5 and still see no play.
Equal amount of play.
Yeah, I honestly think it could. All right. So we're only going with lefties and righties. Unfortunately, that does mean Blood Crusader can come down with a Brass Wing immediately behind it. That is a swing, and that is a full clear as well.
Good day.
Yeah, and good day to you, sir.
Right.
What a swing, though. I mean, we do see the Blood Crusader in the pure paladin list to cheat out early Countess, but like that was kind of, that memes aside, that was kind of legit, right? That was pretty cool.
That was stream worthy. That's what we'll call it.
Streamworthy. That's it. Everything is based off streamworthy. I actually don't know if there. I mean, obviously, is not a clear, right? No, because that only does 2. Yeah, math.
Prison glaive.
I mean, I think maybe
Was that in tune?
Tab maybe thought the Outcast would be able to go off, but unfortunately, that is not the case. You've already swung, so you hope and pray. Wow, for a Relic of Extinction to full clear.
Tab giving the thumbs up to us. Cams there. So tab in our cast view.
That is A-okay. There is the Viper coming down. I mean, there is a Feast of Souls available here, and I'm kind of into it. Oh, there's minions in this deck. I've literally. All right, hear me out. Hear me out, Saku. The only time I have ever in my Hearthstone career played Feldori Warband is when there's no minions
in
my deck 100%. Not ever have I ever thought There are minions in my deck. I honestly
Uh,
thought the card always gave you the 1/1s, and I
yep,
believe Tab thought the same thing.
yep. If you
So
see
you
the
know what,
uh,
Tab?
kudos to you,
I
buddy.
yeah, I'm sitting here. I knew what you were doing, and I said, "This is fantastic. This is going to be great." There are quite a few minions in the deck still. I would venture to believe.
A couple. So
Yeah. So
our
this is
viewers are seeing Tab in their player window laughing and giving the thumbs up. So it's pretty funny.
yeah. You got to take it in stride. You definitely have to take like in good spirits because that
That's
is a
awesome.
heartbreaking one. That is just the
Yeah.
way it happened. I can't say how much, maybe these high players would realize the mistake they made, but I legitimately thought that card always gave you 1/1s, and here I am with cake on my face.
Right.
That
Jackson,
is,
he's yellow. So there's the indicator for us to say
yeah.
that it's having a good time.
Reno is yellow, so yeah, that one is active.
Speaking of Reno,
Hey, I mean, why
look at
not?
Kurt.
Kurt's decent. I
It's not.
mean, we Reno and we're alive, but I don't see a way for Tab to kind of fight back into this one. It has to be Reno here. And then even still, you're facing down an absolute onslaught
Yeah.
of stuff. I don't see the Tyrion coming down for Lamp ever because you don't want this immovable object to be killed.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, you're just kind of in the driver's seat here, and I don't know if Tab has a Viper in the deck, so it's an uphill battle certainly.
Or they could find lethal.
They could. I mean, we did see last game when I just called out an Alex Straza, and bam, there it was. I, however, don't know if the Fell Barrage is really gonna clear up enough, so that is gonna buy Tab some time. I mean, the Kurtrus is going to be very clutch next turn, but I think Gimme Lamp is more than likely just going to keep pressing this hero power button and blamming big minions. Sunwell is really cool.
Immortalize
Sunwell is, I
Yeah,
mean,
Sunwell on the 10 or the what is it, the 8?
oh well,
Is it?
no, you're thinking of the other one.
Yeah, yeah.
Sunwell gives you random spells.
Right, right. Yes. I was just
You're thinking of the Gardens.
right.
But I mean, Blessing of the Kings is the correct pick, but my I would definitely have gone with
Snap Samurai.
Sunwell. Samuro. Okay, well, Spammy is not going to actually deal with this 12-13, contrary to popular belief.
I say thee nay.
I mean, Kurtrus is going to be able to kill off 2 minions, and then we can even.
Curdy's
Is there
got a
a way to?
couple big demons in there. 8/4s.
Yeah, I'm now trying to see if there actually is a way that this 12-13 dies. We definitely always have to put at least one into the 6/6, which is very awkward.
Yeah. So you only got nine views.
No, didn't attack actually. Still holding the attack
Oh,
button.
right, right.
Yeah. So one hit here. The weird part is the Divine Shield, right? That's the biggest problem with this 12-13, and I just don't. I'm not mathing a way that gets us through it, and yeah, I think Tab's just kind of trying to push as much damage as possible. There is
20 coming
Amaro.
back.
Yeah, I mean this just kind of looked like Control Paladin of old, just sticking big things. Mr. Smite, why not? Just no ways. I mean, another Eldrachi. That is not the draw. And Yeah.
Decision made.
Yeah, I mean, that is it. Hide the rest of your cards. Don't show the spammy. Um, go next, right?
But oh, I think they're finding reverse lead. Oh no, okay, healing.
Doing a little bit, just trying to dig, just for absolutely any way to get out, mate. I don't know if there's a way that was gonna deal with that board, but that's fair. Just look. That is a-okay. So I'm gonna be
Control
gimme
paladin
lamp. Yeah.
coming in.
So that is a 1-1 game so far. Tab still has the DH to pull through. We're going to see the Shaman coming back, and Gimme Lamp bringing the what we will expected to be the Blood Highlander Blood Death Knight. Say that 5 times fast.
Highlander Blood Death Knight.
It's actually not that. Yeah,
Dig a dig.
it's actually very easy. I don't know.
I'm
There's
still struggling to say it, so.
all right. Well, this looks Murlocky to me, but I trust nothing anymore, especially with what these two are bringing now. All right, so yeah, fairly Murlocky. Very good draw. Now, do we think the Murloc Paladin is running a Reno?
Murloc.
Bro, I'm saying Paladin. Why am I saying Paladin? Can you
I was
tell me
that.
why I'm saying Paladin? I kept saying Paladin, and you were like, "Yeah, you're right, Croden. You're saying it. It's
Yeah.
not. It's a shaman." Yeah. Sorry, everybody.
I'm looking at Paladin on the bottom. I was like, yeah, this is not Paladin up top.
What is he looking at?
Where are we?
I just want Murloc Paladin to come back that badly. I'm trying to will it back into
What
existence.
about Mech Paladin? You want Mech Paladin to come?
I mean, Mech Paladin is here. It's just not good, right? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, there
What is Mech
is
Mage? There you
Mech Mage is also still around, but again, not good. Um, I'm kind of happy they're not around.
All right. So Tab's got a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, I mean, there's could have easily went for like clownfish, flirtables and stuff, but this is just fast. Blood boil. Gonna heal for 6.
2-4.
Not dead. Not dead yet. 15, 16. Yeah, one off
right
lethal.
Now. Yep.
One off lethal, actually. See if we can discover a Rooney. That would have done it. Oh, it's still... Oh, it doesn't do it. No, because the discounts have been used. Might as well. You want to get that out because you know the blood boil. Oh, wait. Did I discount?
I was just trying to double check that myself. Huh, I missed that. So. Tab
Oh yeah, you know, yeah. He had the mana to play the last two two. It was exact lethal. I completely thought that he would have no mana left over, but actually, top decking the extra Murloc gave him 2 shots off of the Flurgle,
Right.
Which was exactly enough. Yeah, I always Amalgam again, and the new card Mutant, which is Amalgam's cousin once removed, is all things. That includes a Murloc.
Let's sail for glory.
Back at it.
Yeah, back at it with this this Demon Hunter. Now, remember, Warband does not glow all the time.
Maybe.
Definitely doesn't. Definitely does not. As we explain or saw that last match. Now, I would only assume that for Gimme Lamp, this is going to be a maybe a Highlander jackpot or Highlander Thief Rogue. This would seem very on brand with the brings that have with the decks that Gimme Lamp has brought today. But first, I thought these were going to be very long, drawn-out matches of.
And here we are.
Yeah, I mean, here we are on game 4, with Tabs in the lead. But yeah, I definitely thought this would go a different way. I maybe I'm misremembering Reno decks, but I definitely thought they were long grinds. These have just been, cheat out a big minion and smack your opponent in the face.
I'm undead, not dead.
Undead. Love that face.
Yep, and then indeed is an Undying Disciple with the death tag, with the undead death tag. Not going for the Prosecutor, I found very interesting there.
Explosive
Seemed
or
like a...
vengeful. Eh, go the other way.
Yeah, I mean, this just protects the first thing that has to attack into this 3/7 is immediately just gonna not be able to do anything.
Gonna get cleft. Yep.
Yeah, like this to me, it's like, oh, I got you, flanking strike, and it's not even the other side of it's not even gonna be able to get through this 3/7. A little potion belt action as well. Queen Ashara is active for Gimme Lamp on their side, so if I'm Tab, the flanking strike is just so good, but there's so many paladin secrets now, not even just Judgment, but there's also Noble Sack. Avenge wouldn't even be super fun here, but I think flanking strike is really your only way, your only option. You can test for the Noble Sacrifice first by just putting your face into this, but that's taking 3 damage you don't necessarily need to take.
Enough time.
Yep. Gonna test for the sack. Sees it's not there. And it's gonna be very big time sad.
And it's a 4/2 that turns into a.
And this is the 4/2 on the backswing of this isn't even gonna be able to clear it up. Now relics could come flying out. I'm just gonna take some card draw here. It's gonna be another 5. Reno is in hand, so I'm not really super concerned about the life total. I would assume this is going to be Horn of the Ancients. Yeah, especially with Shadow in hand, you're just going to be able to have so many 0 cost Colossus. 1 cost, sorry. 0 cost is the invitation.
Lots of cards.
Lots
Yeah,
of cards
sand.
with not a lot of proactivity.
Reno's the only yellow one.
And can't play them anymore.
Oh. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really play anything else. We're not going to overdraw, which is pretty safe. Can we even heal? No. Flipper Friends is cool. But I mean, the rest of it's not. I just like protect. There's still it's so interesting to see like when you're playing the game and there's still cards that I didn't even realize exist, like Protect the Innocent. Probably just came out, so it's probably not super new, but did not know that it was an actual card. All right, we're pulling the box. What's in the box?
Shadow Demise.
Hydrolon and a 0 mana crab this time around. There you go.
Get a bigger
So
board. So
Ken I-Beams Nova. That is very nice at
clearly.
dealing with this. Now, Spammy is very strange. Because Spammy will actually just clear this as well, because when... Or does Spammy clear it? I'm not 100% sure how the interaction between... Oh, that doesn't cost 0 anymore. Oh, these are just going to come... Okay, we're going to look at it. We're going to see it. We could shoot the 5/5. Is this... Okay, yeah. This is the way I was hoping it was going to work, but I wasn't actually 100% sure if it was the way, if the death rattles went off during or after the battle cry, but this is definitely the best outcome for Tab.
Party's over.
Yeah, that was a lot of flashy lights. Now, we know the Feldori Warband doesn't summon rushers, but it will just shoot 4 to face. So there is quite a bit of damage that Tab does have coming out of hand. Wow, these are they're something.
They are cards.
They are cards.
Not exactly the most useful for this moment.
No, but I mean, this is just going to be, you know, a 1 mana 5/7, and we'll always take those.
Yeah. So 9 mana. Do you know any part of that? Chaos Nova does.
If you Reno, don't you just die?
Yeah,
No.
I think you die.
No, you're only at 24. You go back up to 30. So, like, do you assume they have 6 damage in hand?
Kurt takes care of 2 things. Takes care of the.
Yeah, but then you're still dead. You only go up to 15. Kurt kills here, kills there. It'd be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, yeah, you know, Kurt does actually save you. Nova does not kill enough. Nova I-Beam. Actually, Nova Coordinated. What does that do? Nova Coordinated leaves 1 minion on the board. Leaves up the 5/5. This definitely keeps you alive. Puts you to 15. You trade the 5/7, and then you trade into the crab. I think I liked Chaos Nova Coordinated. It only left up 1 minion, and that could easily just been the like the Queen of Shari setting it to 5. But I guess that's the same argument of if they have 5 damage, you're just dead anyway. And this way, I suppose you can I-Beam as well.
No, you don't have enough mana. That's right. Okay.
Well, that is Contraband Staff. I mean, that's what I'm assuming we're going to see here. Just play a bunch of Colossal Minions again. That's 3 damage. We get the other 3 damage. Minions that cost less.
Bring up.
6/6 is good. Just 5/5. Ooh, Swiftgale.
Trickster. Yeah.
Just yeah. I mean, but Alistair's just like this low into the game. Alistair is just 2 damage that can easily go over the top, right? And we just pick up the Trickster now if we want it, or even the Cutlass could be funny, but. Ooh, did we?
No.
So Nova's a fell spell?
Guess what's yellow? Say this. Guess what's yellow?
Oh, gosh. I think he knows. It's yellow this time, Tab. Huzzah! Oh, no, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Hold your horses. This is getting close. I mean, there's not going to be any healing on the side for Lamp, right?
Gosh.
There's no taunt minions that we had except for this one Protect the Innocent.
Face.
We go
Four to
four.
face.
We go 4 face. Oh, that's just it, right? That hits. Yeah, yeah.
What do we got?
Leech hits the 5. You throw 4 to face, and then you have 3 mana to hero power with, and that would go to 6. Yeah, that is a yellow card, though. So the blunder in game 3 brings it back,
Yep.
and
So
Tab is able to eke this Highlander Demon Hunter over the Highlander Road.
that's right. Here we go. Maybe. There we go. Congrats to Tab. Thanks to Gimme Lamp. You know, the stream was.
Yeah, those are some fun decks. Those are very interesting. It's been a while since I've experienced anything like Reno Highlander stuff, so just goes to show how locked in you kind of need to be when it's you're so used to playing cards and you just always assume things are going to happen, or um, just autopilot is, I guess, the easiest way to say that.
All right, so I'm gonna see if Tab wants to do an interview or they want to take care of their hero stuff because
Yeah,
they're immediately back up.
we could probably, yeah. I mean, might be better to bring him in at the end of it, but also if he wants to jump in here for a quick second and chat about those interesting decks, that would be fine just as well.
Interview it is, they said. So come in. Still Tab. Okay. There's a Tab in the house. Knock 3 times.
He is in here, just waiting for him to connect to the Discord
Oh,
chat.
see what they can do. See them on video, so they're still. No.
Some technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Please bear with us while we attempt to get Tab into. We are a bit ahead of schedule. I don't know if Yellow Dart is around and ready to go for their hero match or not, but we will see if we can get Tab in here for a quick second to just speak about
Yeah.
some of those legacy brings, and then we can
Turtle,
rip on
Turtle,
over to what's
Turtle
that?
called it. I said Turtle called it in chat there, basically saying how good it would be if Tab won the match, but it didn't matter because of tiebreakers. So
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the for me it was definitely the blunder of the warbands, and then the
yep,
warbands winning the game on the other side in
yep,
the other match. So
yep.
um yeah, that is definitely the live by the sword, die by the sword if I've ever heard of it.
Okay. Tab is. So where Tab is. Alright.
Don't know, looking, thinking, watching. We definitely see him. That's for sure. Maybe getting prepped for Hero after all, because as we said, Tab is jumping right into another series right away with Yellow Dart. Well, if Tab jumps in, we will jump to that interview. But Saku, we want to talk about this Hero matchup?
Yeah. So let me flick the screen over real quick. Tab
Yeah.
just messaged me. Just sorry, just one sec.
No worries. Take a peek at that. We might get this interview after all.
Let them know that they're in the group as of right now. They just gotta click on.
Hop on into the chitty chat.
Probably got a lot of Discord messages, so they can't.
I just realized Tab name in Discord is the actual Buddha.
Yeah.
And that is an acronym
Or tab.
for Tab. That just there it is. Figured it out. I did the thing.
There's tab.
Yo, hello.
Hey, welcome and congrats on the win.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was very a very fun game to have be my very first stream game.
So yeah, so walk us through your I guess class choices or archetype choices there for this evening, since things are kind of already decided.
Yeah, with my class choices, the class choices were actually based on hero. I usually, well, actually, there was prep for both, but mainly for hero. And I usually bring everything the same classes every week, so I don't have to prep uh different classes every week. And so, but the archetype choices were very, very questionable, to say the least. I didn't really want to give my next opponent too much prep on me, so I thought
Yeah,
I'd just
yeah.
bring fun stuff.
And fun stuff you did.
So was the official rule Reno, or was that just a general? Seemed like Lamp had quite a few Renos in his list, but your DK was pretty standard unholy. So what was the deal going into this one?
Yeah, so since there were no stakes, we both submitted a deck restriction. Uh, Definitely Lamps was at least one of the decks had to be Reno. They showed me some lists before, and they like that card. And my deck restriction was one of your decks had to run at least 2x of the card Coroner, which you might have seen in my Unholy Mulligan. I
I
just thought it was
did, yes, yeah.
a really funny card.
It was a quick throwaway, that's for sure. But I did catch it there in the mulligan super fast.
Yeah, I thought maybe it could get an Unholy Lethal through somehow, but I just even though I misplayed the Unholy game, I drew ridiculously well that game, so it was all good.
Yeah, I mean it was so close at the end there, unbelievably close, but always paid off. Grave strength, always there when you need it to be.
That's true.
So you're jumping into hero here in a little bit. You say you kind of bring your decks to be so you don't have to prep too much on either side of it. Is that so? Do you like bringing the variable decks in that case when it comes to not being too readable on it, or are we expecting to see any Highlander DH coming out or what?
I think I'm packing away the Highlander DH for the next set. It was the only one that got a loss, so it didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
Uh, but for as far as what type of decks I like to bring, it's definitely a mix of decks that I've been playing on ladder, and the classes that we feel that are strong. Our team feels that are strong, and what I actually have the collection to build. So it's a mix of all three of those things.
I think Chicken said to watch out for your DH earlier on in chat, so be on the lookout for Tab's DH for this match. So
Yeah,
that's kind of
but
funny.
hopefully I don't play flanking strike when I don't have any.
You know what? I gotta say,
any spells.
I saw the exact same line you saw. I saw flanking. I saw the
What's
war
it called? Flanking
bands.
strike? Oh, Feldora Warband.
The Feldor war band. I saw the war bands into a feast. I was like, oh, this is great. It's clear. It's card draw, and then there were no 1/1s. And I said,
Yeah.
I have never seen the card played in a deck that didn't run minions.
Yeah, I think
It's
that
just
DH I made had like maybe 4 or 5 minions. I think at
right.
the end of the last game it was active too.
It was. It actually, and as a a full circle actually was the card able to push lethal there for you
Yep.
with the rusher. So double-edged sword on that one for sure. But I was super surprised. I saw your face in the cam. You were like, "Oh no way!" And it's just one of those moments where autopilot takes over. You see the line, and it's just like, "Yeah, here we go."
Yeah, for sure. I prep a lot on the decks that I like to bring for THL, but I'm not the greatest deck builder, so it was a really fun experiment to try to build that deck.
It's good. So,
Awesome. Well,
yeah,
go ahead, Doc.
I was just gonna say, we wanted to thank you and Gimme Lamb for being on stream. I know you get another match, so I was just gonna say if you want to jump out of here and go change out your decks. I know Yellow Dart I too, so that's a good thing too. So good luck on your hero match, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
Yeah, we
Sounds
will
good.
possibly talk to you again soon.
Yeah, hopefully. See you guys.
All right.
All right, take care.
Best of luck.
Thanks.
All right. So from Legacy we leave, arriving into the Hero playoffs. So this one does matter for Tab. Last game, as we said, a little bit of a memeing around, having some fun there. But this one definitely going to have something on the line. Late bloomers, Tab is representing, and Dad Legend, well, the Dad Legend himself, Yellow Dart, synonymous with the name, and has been captaining the team for a very, very long time. They will be clashing down at the 5 seed right now. For Tab, we're going to be looking at Death Knight, Demon Hunter, Mage, and Shaman. And coming out for Yellow Dart, Death Knight, Mage, Paladin, and Shaman. So just the Death Knight and the Paladin actually a little bit changed there. And I mean, Saki, you look over at Dad Legend right now, and it is there are some similarities to the lineups, I guess we would say.
Yeah, it's similar to what what just happened on stream, except for
Yeah, so I don't expect Yellow Dart to be bringing a whole lot of Highlander decks, but hey, who am I to say he won't be? um,
yeah.
and you kind of heard it from Tab there. More than likely going to be playing some highly competitive decks. Let's say ladder decks, if you would. I believe was the terminology Tab used. So.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see. And now, just a quick reminder if anyone's new or joining in, this is now Hero, no longer Legacy. It does not follow the Conquest format. This is Last Hero Standing, also known as LHS. If you win with a deck, you stay on the deck. Your opponent loses the deck that they lost with. You could typically see only one deck from one opponent if the sweep does happen. So just keep that in mind. It is a definitely different way of doing playing Hearthstone in the competitive scene. You see it sometimes when GM was still around. The 1 week of LHS definitely takes a different thought process towards making sure you don't lose to just one specific deck.
Yep. Sorry, just kind of
That is
seeing
a-okay.
seeing what's going on in the conversations there between Yellow and Tab.
I don't think we have any bans as of yet, Saku, confirm
No,
or deny.
nothing's going on just yet. So not sure
That is
what to
a-okay.
Oh, there's the bans now, just as we speak. So
All
Tab
right.
Tab has banned uh, Yellow Dart's Mage, and Yellow Dart has banned DK.
Okay.
DK is banned for Tab, and Mage is a Gonzo for Yellow
Or
Dart.
Dart. So to me, that, I mean, probably means Tab would be bringing the aggro mage. I guess really the only reason I see to take away a mage on the other side, especially with Shaman and DH in the hand. Now, I mean, we saw earlier on a little bit of the Highlander DH, probably going to be a standard DH here from Tal. I would assume going back to that Relic build that we saw a little bit earlier on in the night. And I mean, Dart, I think, is more of a, I would say, brings what's good and plays it well. So I expect, it could be a little bit of a difference, but I'm expecting, Evolve Shaman, Pure Paladin, Frost DK, bring the good decks, play them well, and win over that way. Unless there's a little bit more into it, but I don't expect to see Control Paladin. I don't expect to see Blood DH. Just bring the good ones and get them through. Maybe even Unholy DK, I could see. Definitely has a lot of good strengths into what we're going to see here. So I'm excited to see what we would see. First up, you typically don't want to bring something that you're saving something else for, as is the LHS format. You don't want to leave yourself open to a huge sweep.
Yeah.
So,
which tends to happen a lot in Hero. So
I mean, yeah, I would say Hero typically is you're gonna see three O's or you're gonna see 3 2s. There's very rare, I would say, in Hero. Not rare, but maybe there's math behind it and probably somebody a lot smarter that knows numbers a lot better than I can put actual word to this. But I feel like I see a lot more 3 O's and 3 2s than I do 3 1s. And that's just kind of my own personal experience with Hero anyway, is either you get swept, you sweep, or it's a queue order back and forth, and the person with the favorable last match has the advantage into it.
well said. The players are actually in game now, so we're gonna have Tab
Whoa!
at the bottom of the screen versus Spectate for our casters with Yellow Darts at the top. Yellow Darts rocking the Evolve Shaman. Tab is rocking the Frost Mage.
They flew into there.
It.
Okay, so yeah, let me get my yellow darts up here. Tab is first. Had a little bit of a spectator bug. We don't get bugs in Hearthstone. No way, Jose.
What? Huh?
No way. All right,
Bugs
there is
never happen.
Tab. Spectate Mr. Dart, and there is Mr. Dart.
So first 2 turns, not too eventful, just a power
So
pass.
look, there's actually a ping mage coming out from Tab here, which is going to be super difficult for the shaman to deal with.
Didn't see the AI there right away, so.
Yeah, ping mage 100% is going to be coming after this shaman here, and I mean Dart's going to have to find some pretty massive high rolls here if he wants to stave off this early aggression. And really do anything. I mean, Solid Alibi is such a good way. We said earlier in the stream about, freezing massive minions and things, but if those massive minions only do 1 damage, then it truly does not matter. And a cold case off the top is so nice. Thinking about the position, I mean, cold case off the top, it's 4 mana. You have 4 mana. It seems like a very straightforward play, but then you're leaving some agency on the side of Yellow Dart. You don't know if this is Giants. You don't know if this is Neptulon.
Yeah.
Do you clear the board? It's so much going through your brain right now as Tab, and he's definitely doing his due diligence and thinking it through.
Yeah. I think screen here, but clearing the board for Shaman is probably always the better option.
Time runs out on me.
I mean, it's
But
up to Tab if he wants
right.
to say, if Tab says, okay, you're not, like, you don't know if it's Giants or not. So, like, Cold Case plays into Giants so hard. So maybe you trade down a little bit here with these Frost Delis. Yeah, it just takes a value trade, and I guess basically just says if you have it, you have it. And unfortunately, Illard does not have it, but can go for a null trade into a convincing disguise, and how convincing will this disguise be, Saku?
Convincing enough.
Both at a 12-12. A 12-12 will do. Unfortunately, there are two 1-1 freezes that need to be dealt with before this Deathwing is going to be able to go up top. However, Primordial Wave will do a very good job at unfreezing and even just getting rid of all of these skeletons and freezy boys. I do like the time that Tab takes to think through his turns. Doesn't just, kind of snap play with what he wants. Thinks through with how he's going to play out his turns. What does his other turns look like? We almost saw him go Arcane Intellect last turn, and then forgot that and just kind of went with the cold case. Here, it's probably thinking just like, do we Reckless and trade down, or are we going to go for an Intellect? So has elected to go Intellect and see where these land. Ooh, that's not always fun, but yeah, freeze is pretty nice here. This is going to discount a solid alibi and protect the board a little bit.
Okay.
5/5s are nice.
Clones.
But I mean, Primordial Wave just unfreezes everything and gives your opponent pretty much nothing on the other side.
Murlocs? Hey.
Hey, armor. Possibly armor. And all right, yeah, no Deathborn. Now this is actually very interesting too, because Reckless Apprentice is just gonna net Yellow Dart like 4 armor.
Right.
So it is a bit weird. I mean, I think it kind of has to happen, and then even the trades through to the other side, I think, might even need to be happening. But yeah, if Tab doesn't have Deathborns in the deck, which I don't know if Ping Mage really does run it, I think it might be dropped just because it's such a heavy mana, and there's more dash. So Mordash can't be played. Oh, it's so bad because if we Reckless, it's gonna go for a freeze and pray.
Murlocs to face. Spear to face.
Ooh, yeah, these are nice. The schooling and trade off the board, that would actually put our convincing disguise, and we could then convincing as well.
Let's see what.
Not anymore. I think Dart's playing it pretty safe here, which I definitely agree with. Maybe we're going convincing disguise. All right, you have the board space. Yeah. Now we don't. Okay. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication. Wave. 10/10 is good.
Big card remove, dude.
Minions that don't really die to Apprentice outside of one. I mean, Tab is pretty protected with his double solid alibi in hand. You're never really worried about a Bloodlust lethal because the maximum even a Bloodlust is going to do to you is 5 right now.
Yep.
So can definitely just like Reckless, solid alibi, and maybe even throw the Frozen Touch and just set up a Mordash on the other turn because you really don't have a whole lot to worry about Mordesh evidently does deal with a 10-10 extremely well.
Exacties.
Now, not if we're going for this arcane, because we can't arcane reckless and we do have coin, so yeah, okay.
Time runs out on me.
Wow, turn 7, I didn't think we still had coins, so there's Dawngrass, which is super nice. Oh, Varden. I don't think Varden. I think we just still want to go for this same turn. This does set up Mordesh for next turn. We're gonna coin the alibi? We're gonna coin the alibi, right?
Coin.
Looks like. Yeah, okay. Whew.
Did they get it off?
Yeah,
He
that
got it off.
definitely got it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Didn't
saw the card
really.
off.
Yeah, it didn't actually really need it either because there wasn't a lethal represented, but this does pretty much guarantee that you're never going to lose in this situation because we got Mordesh and then Magister is going to come down after that.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of going to be an uphill battle for the Shaman. And this is where it sticks, right? Shaman just can't kill while Mage just collects all of their utility items.
Yep. Solid alibi being the stick in the spokes.
Yeah. I mean, I see what Dart's doing here. Probably going to go for a convincing disguise, but it's not going to be fun when you're just met with a Mordesh on the other side. And outside of a Deathwing coming off of it, I'm just going to let it fly. I think that's smart. Well, we set it up. You
Still gonna
could
do it.
you could greed another turn with your solid alibi, put it into the commander Sivara's pool. You could even just Varden. I mean, there's just so much that Tab can just sit back and kind of dictate how the game's gonna go.
Yeah, Varden might be good. Varden get 8. So Varden touch and yeah.
Just Varden touch and then do like a Frostweaver Dungeoneer to set up the next Frozen Touch if things get traded off. You can't do all of that, so then probably just Varden here. Yeah. Tab's playing it slow.
My calculations, you need
If this 3-3 doesn't get dealt with, it is actually just lethal.
Convincing disguise.
Convincing disguise, you're looking for, I guess, taunt.
Epsilon?
You're looking for healing. Go for your max outs, you Neptulon into the convincing disguise, and I don't know, just gonna try and evolve over the top. No go. Not gonna take the disguise. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
It's still the same thing. Mordesh still just does clear your board. I am interested to see where Tab's gonna go with this one. If he's gonna pull this Mordesh pin yet, or hold off for one more turn.
By alibi to get more spells into Silvera.
Yeah, I mean, he can Magister, and if he gets Alibi, it's just another free Alibi. There's also a Flurry in, but I mean, there's no worry of doing Magister because you do have this other Alibi, and you're always only taking 7 or 6 next turn. I guess 7 with the hero power.
time runs out on me.
So yeah, just gonna set up a Savara here, I think.
Kick it out now.
No, because this is actually there's 2 frozen touches in here and a solid alibi, and then the worm will actually be enough to just lethal over the top. But also just Mordesh if we really do. And Dart finally going for it. There is nobody home, no healing. And that's just going to be a more
Yeah,
death lethal. Definitely an uphill battle for Dark there. Smart for Tabs to bring that Ping Mage into a Shaman and got a very favorable matchup for sure.
So now it's Ping Mage into either Paladin or Death Knight. Death Knight out. Paladin.
I mean, it really depends on what Dart prepped it to be. So it's super hard to think, but I mean, if it is just standard Ping Mage, you look at the matchups. If it's Unholy Death Knight, maybe you run that out at it. But outside of that, I'm not 100% sure. It's tough and closeless, right?
Yep.
To really see what's going to come out. So, I mean, seeing this one here probably tells me that it's closer to Frost Death Knight, more than likely. And yeah, I mean, that hand kind of screams Frost Death Knight to me. Not by any means like an unfavorable. I'd say it's pretty cut 50-50 for this matchup for whichever player can find the way to
Get their key cards first.
yeah, exactly. It's gonna be, can Tab find the wildfires early enough and kind of snowball through, and for Dart, if he can maintain some early aggression and then finish off with spells, because as we saw last game, Ping Mage has some great ways to stall a board, but when it comes to shooting over the top, doesn't really have the best ways of dealing with that. Really nice curve here for Dart.
Yeah, just gonna say. Tab's
Yeah.
a little bit lumpy.
Yeah, just gonna Snow Flurry, and then more than likely Dungeoneer gonna come out after that, and hoping for a turn 4 play. Alibi is a decent pickup there. A little more stall.
Fancy
Doesn't get the
wildfire.
1/1s. Yeah, that's actually pretty. This is what the Ping Mage has always kind of bothered me. Is now Dart. I mean, if he knows the list and he's seen it, he knows what that card is.
Yep.
Which is fine. I mean, it's not the worst in the world. Ooh, Night Cloaks. Decent draw. That really pairs very well with the Wildfire here. Nice mana usage, freezes the board, allows you to push a little. I agree, Tab.
Ron would have utilizing all your mana in turn.
That is the point of the game. I mean, it's probably gonna be a full clear whenever Dart wants to. I mean, Dart's kind of got to be careful. He's taking a lot of damage here, and eventually Tab could just start blasting off. Horn of Winter, probably where I'm going.
Yep.
Yeah.
It
It is weird. You're gonna have to spend a mana to get 1 mana, but I also think it's better than like anti-magic, because you can still just be frozen with flurries.
Yesterday.
Could just play the flurry and caster. We've only spent one wildfire's been played so far. So draw 2 cards, freeze the board, and just allow a lot, like, more damage to be pushed. See what we got. Do we like it? Honestly,
Arcane's okay.
It's okay, but like I was just Finley there.
Yeah.
But yeah, this should be a full clear. I really don't know how well Death Chiller math works, but I'm pretty sure this is a clear, right? Okay. Yeah, so this is going to do another 2.
It's not gonna give you a spell though.
Won't give you the proc on the spell, but it will allow, I mean, if we want to go like Bone Chill. This is just a massive board too. We saw the flurry last turn. Wow, Reckless Apprentice right on time.
Almost takes care of.
2 or 3 minions, and then we definitely can clear off with the multicaster, and then just ping down as well. So yeah. Unfortunate. Definitely unfortunate. Dart had definitely a great push there and found a good time to go for it, but unfortunately Tab was able to find the Reckless and a little bit bailed out, I would say. Not completely out of the woods. Okay, goes face.
So what do you want to take care of here?
You just ping the Naga and freeze the teacher. I don't think you're ever worried for Dart to do 20 with 4 cards on turn 6. But maybe I'm wrong. I mean, wow. I'm definitely scared of a Naga, the Slither Spear, personally. This can be a lot scarier than just 2 damage, but...
Get another Slither Spear in hand.
Yeah, always start with Teacher.
Anybody?
Dark
Dark
Transformation?
Transformation.
Well, nothing's an undead. I think that's fancy, but that has to be an undead. And I don't know if Dart knows that or read that card, and he's bouncing over it. I don't think he knows. Oh, disaster has struck.
So he's gonna change the skull.
He's pointing. He's like, "Why isn't it working?"
Change
Let
it. I want to change it.
Yeah, let me quickly mouse over to see. Oh no, what have I done?
Yeah. If he would have, I don't think he had enough mana, but
No.
charged one. Then he could do it.
No, he had 6 mana, so if he charged, he wouldn't have been able to because he played School Teacher in the same breath.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a board, but there's Flurry. I mean, this is bad, Saku. Good for Tab. It's good for Tab. It's not looking good for Dart, who, you don't even have your key cards right now. Lady Death Whisper is not copying anything worthwhile right now.
Yep.
And, outside of finding another undead, this Noggling with Dark Transformation is just a 3 mana 4/5, which, like, with Rush, and that doesn't really speak volumes to me at the moment. This is going to be Flurry, guaranteed, another Wildfire, I believe. And
Oh, look at that. Splits the
hits the
uprights.
minions perfect, and you know what? Why not?
Splits the uprights.
All right, well, that can deal 2 damage.
And here's where the transformation comes in.
This is the transformation. We're probably going to see... Yeah, good job. Take the trade first. And then we're probably going to see Alistair come out. Gotta ping off this 3/1. Gotta do it. Alright, so there is a little bit of armor game for Dart now, which is definitely needed. Alright.
Damage for Tab.
4 damage, so I mean you're looking for I'm going Finley here, and you're hoping for mana worms, you're looking for frost. I mean, you could throw the solid alibi and then Finley. Well, there's the worm. It's not gonna be enough. It's actually just one off lethal. So just gonna set it up. This should be actually, yeah, Dart has to
destroy
kill
it.
off one of his own minions in order to play. Oh, let's hope he sees it.
Let's
Disastrous if not.
see what happens here.
So he needs to freeze off this 1/1 in order to play. Yeah, okay, perfect. He definitely sees it. Whoa. Listen, Dart. Listen, hear me out. You did everything right, man. You were doing it. You were doing the things.
Yeah.
No! He holds
Okay.
it. Oh, calamity.
Okay.
How I don't know how he didn't. He was just dead on from the ping. It didn't even matter. Ah, brutal.
Well,
Unfortunate. I don't really know what he would have seen. I mean, maybe he thought he had to hold it for burn, but Tab's still sitting at 15, I think it was. Ouch. That's a tough one. That's a tough pill to swallow.
yep.
All right, well, Tab is up 2-0 with simply the Paladin remaining. I mean, if it's pure, we're happy, and it does look like pure, so this should be in favor of Dart, but this is a pretty decent starting hand for Tab. Yellow Dart, however, I'm not super convinced in any of this.
Molly, yeah, full.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
52.
gonna keep. That's fine. I mean, Blood Matron can help trade in the early game. Because technically all of these are a lot cheaper.
Yep.
So,
Need a bit more spice over here.
yeah. Oh man, and it gets the arcane intellect too. Just killer.
Nice. I don't.
My client has the
Yeah,
heart of
he's just trying to get out the board. Personally, I'm just gonna rip the order in the court there and
Yeah.
try and go for a Crusader meme here. Just because I don't know how much agency we're gonna have left after this Dungeoneer comes down. What does it pick up? It does pick up a Frozen Touch, which is not good for Dart. And now we can deal with quite a bit of these. Coin with a silver hand, one of the recruits can also.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
We need to bring out the other cheap option. Discount your.
Yeah, I mean, so Dart can pretty much. It's unfortunate that Leandra's gonna die. Oh wow, Varden. So goes down to 3, 2, 1, 0. So Dark could actually play both his light rays if he goes Sanguine, Order in the Court, light ray next turn, which is a pretty massive swing. And then on 5 he'd be drawing Countess. Then on 6 he could go Blood, so he could Blood Countess. I'm kind of into that. I think you need some. I really like going for the Order in the Court here. There's no holy spells even in the hand right now.
Yeah.
No holy spells to discount, and I think just going for the Order in the Court with the soldier would have allowed us to play both the or the light rays. It's tough though. When you see Cariel on 4, you almost always want to play Cariel on 4. So I definitely don't. I see where it's coming from, but maybe just missing the discounts that the double light rays would have been able to play there was Dart. Can definitely do it next turn and hold the soldier. Just go for the Order in the Court, and play everything again as well.
Tab figuring out. Yeah, okay, so Sanctum.
Just gonna play the stall game a little bit longer.
Thing to face or just leave it alone? Yeah,
Nah, you want to hold for anything crazy coming out.
like a light
So
ray.
yeah, or
Okay.
two. So yeah, or in the court. This is gonna be the second light ray, and now he's gonna be free. Essentially, just play them both. Hey, yow.
Ooh.
It's not the worst, but it's not the best. Don't play him. Okay.
Tragic. A redemption divine.
Dart
He need
is
buff
just
spells, but he's crossing his fingers that he does next turn.
well. He knows what the next draw is going to be, right? We know it's going to be Countess. Because we ordered in the court. So playing Lightblade, great for tempo, but just, I mean, this board just gets frozen, right? Like Varden just doesn't let this board do anything. I mean, Dart is close to doing some Blood Crusader Countess shenanigans, which might be the best way to get back into this game. Just because, unfortunately, the Paladin's early game just wasn't there, and Tab
Yep.
was able to deal with it pretty well.
Do you see Tab pondering the next move?
Yeah, I mean, doing really well, like just thinking through the turns very methodically.
Time runs out on me.
But yeah, I don't mind this at all. Take all the
Varden's gonna
time you
have
need.
A whale
Probably just
gets
gonna go for an
his
alibi here then. Oh wow, get the flurry. I mean, you hold the flurry because it goes with Varden so well. Nope, just gonna play it out. Fair enough.
And what is it? Freeze. Shh, can't ask for a better one.
Oh, Dart is playing Carriel, so
I think Cariel's gotten into the mix there too.
I mean, I even wanted to play. I would have wanted to play Order in the Court even more earlier then. If I knew our list was this high,
Solid alibi.
yeah. I mean, Varden just literally doesn't allow Dart to do anything next turn. He has nothing. You know, you can trade through, see where these skeletons may land. We've played enough cards that multicaster does a thing. Yeah, I mean, I think he's just gonna lock him out, right?
Cariel's two turns away. I know Tab doesn't know.
Yeah, and then I mean, on turn 7, we're probably going to get the Countess, I would assume. We're not running any other 8 cost or 7 cost cards. And if he just blocks the board here, then Countess cannot come down.
Was that intentional?
Oh shit! Wait, what was
I'm trying to think. Got murdered. Oh, the
Corey
light
liked it?
blade.
Oh, he pinged it. Okay, so now, yeah, I didn't even register that that was
Easy.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah,
Seven drop.
This day,
for sure.
for you are graced with my presence.
All right.
Shenanigans begin.
So yeah, I mean, alibi.
7-7.
This might even be a time to try. You have to alibi and Finley see what you can pull out from the other side. Freeze off some of these larger minions.
Magic?
Caster.
I've heard of it.
Fire.
Wildfire won't do it, and Intellect's not gonna do it, and Commander's not gonna do it. So probably gonna have to rip an alibi here.
Yeah, what are you looking at on the cross from the there without any 22 right
The-
now.
Yes, in the 22, I mean, we know. I guess Tab does know there's an 8 cost card in hand because we played a 7 cost card from the far right, so it's more than likely going to be Curiel coming down. I guess you don't have to do Alibi because there is these double sanctums still around. Yeah, this is very nice for Tab for next turn. And kind of the same situation. These Divine Shields are just not. So if I'm Yellow Dart, I'm. Do you want it? Cariel looks so nice here.
Yeah.
He's going for it. He's going for it. Yeah. Might have traded a little bit more because there's a lot of things surviving this. But to clear up the board at all? It doesn't. Wow. Dart's still board
Pop,
block.
pops a bubble, and that's about it. So
Now, I mean, this is probably the end of the board locking for Tab. I mean, double reckless is clears the board. Do we care though? I'm assuming there's no Viper for Tab, so that does bode well for Yellow Dart. Oh, you know what? I just realized there was a Leviathan for Dart. So I mean, Countess wasn't always the top deck
right.
last turn. So there was got a little bit bailed out there. Yellow Dart did. Because that Leviathan would not have been playable with the one spot open.
Busy coming in.
Yeah. See what he can find. Hoping for more dash, I would assume. Considering he is more than active in this current game. There is a
Touched on grass.
touch. Magister is extremely good as well. And multicasker to go at it. Yeah, this is a pretty good shot. So, Saku, I think it's time to see who's invited to the party.
Yeah. What's our invite say?
Medea's lifesteal.
Medea's, yep, Medea's good.
All right, who else is coming? Oh wow, just hit the button.
Okay.
He hit his Leviathan. I mean, that's okay, but now we can't play the Leviathan. Who else is coming? Crash is
Alpha's
armor.
okay. Fresh.
And
Do we spit
come
another
on.
invite?
Oh, you
Oh yeah,
have
the
to,
invite.
right? Yeah. And unfortunate. Copy the last. What was the last spell that?
Last spell
Was
was
I actually don't recall. I don't think he. I don't even know because he didn't play one last turn because we went for double wildfire.
Oh, which is good.
No, unfortunately, wildfire does not give +5/+5 to those minions in hand.
Oh, Crash can't be played though.
You're
Weapon.
totally right. An oversight, massive oversight. Yes, 100%. Good eyes there, Saku.
I just thought with it, like he was hovering Crash ready to slam it.
Yeah, no, yeah, and I don't. Oh, yeah, because we can't give up the weapon. Okay, Frozen Touch is actually a super, super good one for Yellow Dart there, meaning these are going to connect face. I'm either going to give a little bit of healing. Mordash is ready to go. Now, the honorable kill is not going to be able to go through. I still think you have to take the ping on the 3/4 so you can pop the Divine Shield on Medea. There is a flurry in hand. Do you ever just want to rip the flurry and deny any healing at all?
Yeah.
4 damage here.
Didn't freeze.
No, so there is going to be some healing coming back on the other side, and I mean, Bannerman What did we hit? Mordash. We can't play you, Crash. Stop taking our buffs, man. I kind of would have liked to see a Bannerman there, personally, just to draw through your deck a little bit more. There was really nothing else that was going to get this buff. Probably Anointment.
Yeah.
Draw a card. And then you can...
So you haven't touched any of your
Yeah.
spells, your buff spells yet.
Yeah, and he's actually going to be able to play the Knight of Anointment as well. Alright, who's
Here we
home?
go.
It's a little bit of damage. Okay, that's actually really nice, because it's going to be able to, might even be able to lifesteal a little bit more. I think this always goes face. I don't think it's ever a question of when, why, and how. Now, Mordash is going to deal with the board, especially after the Apprentice either trades or we just ping the Divine Shield off. And then Yellow Dart's kind of back to square one.
Mordresh is it's cut in half, right?
Yeah,
always
so it
forget.
will only be 5 to Yellow Dart, but I mean with the oh, we're just gonna start chucking. All right, I see you. Probably a flurry coming down, I would assume, with the full freeze throughout. Yeah, no, that's pretty good recognition from Tab, thinking I'm not going to be able, so I'm just going to start pushing as much damage as possible here. Seal of Blood is not going to be it.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a deck that or a minion that costs 2 or 3 or less in the deck that's going to be meaningful. No. No taunts up. This is going to be 1, 4.
6.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Exactly
Once you get a
10.
thick enough crush, you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, this is just lethal. Right. All right.
So it's 5. So it's 3.
It doesn't actually. So the Kresh, funny enough, the Kresh is so big now, it's actually going to give the Frenzy armor to Yellow Dart, but it won't die. So the Frenzy armor is going to go on, but the big Mordash hit will actually only deal 5 to Dart because the weapon won't be overridden in time for it to happen. Now, Tab does obviously have many ways to stall this game out with alibis and everything else. This also just straight up deals with the board. Now, this is going to override the weapon. Wow, and actually gets the skeleton to kill it too to push the full. And that, to me, looks like Tab took a clean sweep with this Ping Mage. Very well
Navigated.
very well navigated. I mean, not a mage you would really expect, but this is kind of just the niche of LHS is being able to bring something, still a good deck, but a little bit off meta enough to find a win, and especially in a matchup as supposedly unfavorable as Paladin. You wouldn't think it if you saw the way Tab was playing there, but does a very nice 3-0 sweep of Yellow Dart, putting Late Bloomers up 8-2 in a very, well, I mean, it was closed at one point, but now could go very quickly in the way of Late Bloomers.
Right. So, get an interview with Tab again.
Bring them on in again.
Tab ×2. Yo. Tab join.
Had to remove him to add him back.
That's right, Tab.
Hello, hello. I'm glad to
Hello.
be back.
Times too.
Long time no talk. Tap squared.
Yeah, long time, but not a long match, so that's
No,
fun.
very well done. Very well piloted. I mean, you looked like you played Ping Mage a few seasons ago as well, with the way that you were taking your time, thinking through turns, not overcommitting to anything, not, snap picking any, solid alibis too early, really just thinking through. And I specifically like that last turn in the Paladin game where you kind of just started sending all of your frozen touches to face, just saying, I got to get through at some point, and there you went.
Yeah, I know. I that matchup used to be one of the most prevalent matchups in on ladder in Nathria. At least when I was playing Ping Mage, and it wasn't really popular. Uh, Control Paladin, well, it's pure Paladin now, but they I guess teched in a carriel, so that was interesting. But yeah, Control Paladin was one of the biggest matchups when I used to play it back in Nathria. So I did play it a lot in Nathria. It was one of my favorite decks, so it was nice to finally bring it out again.
Yeah, the Carriel did catch Saku and I by surprise here. So we were, and even even the we both said, "Oh, Crush, that's armor," and I think Dart probably said the same thing. And then we both quickly realized you don't really want to play Crush because that overrides your armor or your weapon. But unfortunately, did have to go for it there. But I mean, yeah, usually we like to talk about multiple decks, but LHS is just kind of that one, and you seemed like you knew your way around the ping mage and took it to him.
Yeah, funnily enough, in scrims, me and Justin were practicing that Ping Mage versus Shaman matchup. It's supposed to be really favored for the Ping Mage, like 62% or something, but he won 5 times in a row on the Shaman. So it kind of degraded my confidence in the Ping Mage, but I believed in the stats and it worked out. So
Yeah, that was the yeah. I think you sniping the evolve shaman there so early on was definitely such a really well done in Q order as well. So it kind of set Dart up that he had to bring the Death Knight to take a 50-50, and unfortunately just couldn't get through. And then I mean the Paladin, I was surprised he didn't bring the Paladin right away.
yeah,
But
me too.
clearly he was probably saving the Paladin for another matchup. But yeah, I mean, it's just the way it is sometimes with LHS.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, Paladin was pretty scary. I thought about banning it for a second, but the mage was too good versus a couple of my decks, so
Yeah.
that needed to go.
Yeah, especially if it was a big spell mage coming into your ping, it would not have been bueno. That's for sure. But
Yeah, I'm glad I was able to show off some more serious gameplay.
yeah, I mean, so not only did you go 1 for 1 in your first stream match, you're now 2 for 2 in the same night in both playoff games. Are we going to see you back next weekend?
I mean, maybe. It depends on when I'm available. I did definitely enjoy the stream games. I hope that stream enjoyed my games, and I'm happy to be contributing well to all my teams throughout my 2 first seasons.
So that means that late bloomers are clearly making it over Dad Legend, right? That's
Oh,
got to
of
be the way
course.
it is, right? Because
Yeah, I mean it's in the name.
you haven't punched the ticket 100% just yet. Your guys are close, but your
Yeah.
3-0 definitely helps out. I mean, I think it just really requires one more solid game from your team, and it more than locks it out. So similar to what we saw in your legacy matchup there. So um, yeah, I mean, congratulations again, Saku. Anything for Tab?
No, other than thanks for being so flexible with your both your matches, really coming in back to back as always do when you're especially during playoffs, trying to focus and make sure you have the comfortable and very good decks that you're able to play with to be on stream, be under that type of pressure. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yep, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity and watch out for the late bloomers and season 23 when we run it back in season 24.
There you go.
Artist formerly known as Season 23.
Yeah. Thanks again, Tab, and now rest and relax, knowing that you've did as best you could to your teams. Now it's up to the rest of the gang.
Yep. Thanks to my opponents and thanks to you guys and have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
You as
Take
well.
care.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Okay. Fantastic night.
Yeah.
We did finish like 25 minutes, 30, almost half hour, or just over
Almost
half
a
hour.
half an hour. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it definitely helped out there in the last matchup. Unfortunate it went 3-0. You never like to see them, I guess, if you're.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of the. You'd like to see it if you're 3-0ing. You don't like to see it if you got 3-0'd. But,
Yep.
that I sound like a broken record, but LHS, I'm telling you, man, it's 3-0s or it's 3-2s. I hardly ever see 3-1 3-1 matches. So it's just kind of the way that it's built that way. You either get rolled by a deck and you can't find the way through it, or you're just bringing the next
Bringing the
best
heat.
matchup to try and queue into the next best matchup. So yeah.
So that pretty much brings us to the end of our evening. Unless you're up for Yellow Dart and Skittles, but I think Skittles is a little because of the time zone.
Yeah, I think he's probably still a little, and I am as old as the man I am. I do have to work at an early 6 a.m. tomorrow, so that's my time, which is currently in 6 hours. So,
So there you go.
as much as I love Hearthstone and THL and casting, I do have to
Tap
get
out on
going
that.
for it, and it would have been nice to get Dart back up here and see another one with Skittles, but get some more playoff. But hey, that doesn't mean that Saturday, if anyone has any streams out there, or I believe there are some games on Saturday as
There's
well.
yeah,
Um,
just with the Wild Nine has got a couple of matches lined up there for Saturday, so he's got. I don't know, doesn't have the series up, but I'm assuming Prescription versus Trito Saturday at 7 Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern, Geranium Battle and Neji. So that sounds Legacy
I've Neji already lost in Legacy, I want to say. I think that is actually Hero. Maybe. Yeah, Neji already lost in Hero in Legacy, so it would be. Why can't I see it? Saku, let's go to the Purple Conference. No, because Ice Clown Citadel won. Is it Pro?
You can even play in yeah, it can't be that pro.
These are the questions that we need to ask. If almost we were prepared. Geranium and Lotus play in Hero. This is
There
confusing.
we
Oh
go.
yeah,
So
no,
it
it's
is
Pro.
pro.
It's Pink
It's
Pro.
pink.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so okay, so Neji from Chicken is down just in time to clown. That's Neji Boss series with 6-1 record versus Arthas Peter Menethil in battle at 3. Now it's the Trito and Rescription. It's got it.
That is Legacy.
That is Legacy.
Yeah, so we've got a Legacy playoff. What we just saw, E.T. Cthulhu versus Clownstoners. Clownstoners just took that one, tied it up 5-5, with Canoe coming in with a massive win for his team. So Rice Christian on a 5-1, looking to come through and take down Captain Trito. And then yeah, right after that, we're going to be rolling into the Pro Series, where Neji could, with the correct score, take Chicken is Down just in time to clown to the semifinals. So very cool to see there.
Yep. So thank my caster, Roden, and everybody that was able to tune in tonight's matches. I thank all the players being able to stream. on cams. Player cams are always encouraged, but not necessary, obviously. To those being tab and to show their faces on streams. That about wraps us up. So everybody to enjoy if you're into football, NFL
Oh
football.
yeah.
Enjoy the Super Bowl and be safe out there. Might see my Anadon on if Philly. Might see my Anadon climbing a lamppost thing.
Fly Eagles fly, baby.
Yeah, Eagles fly. So enjoy your night, everybody. Enjoy your weekend and be safe. And we will see you Saturday. Take care.
Bye bye.